good, the bad, and the odd. They're sorted.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd with your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
So, tonight we're talking about Prey, which is, I think, the 7th Predator film. 5th if you just talking Predator. I think 7 if you include Alien vs. Predator, right?
Yeah.
So it's a prequel, and not, it's a serious prequel. It's set 300 years before the action we're used to. Also.
Yeah.
1719 it's set in North America in the plains. So let's do a non-spoilery, just general thoughts, and then get into spoilers, because we are going to spoil this for sure. What was your general feeling about this?
This is a very good film. I think it might be my favourite Predator film.
Really? Now that's interesting. Right, we'll get into that in the spoiler stuff, I think. But so you rate this very highly. It's up there with the original, if not better, for you.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So what we'd say? So what's your second? All right. Before this came along, what was your second favourite Predator film? I'm assuming Predator, the original, was your favourite.
It was basically in release order. So it was like Predator,
really?
Predator 2, Predators, and then The Predator,
right.
Which was
right.
So.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. I'm kind of with you, kinda. Though I really hate Requiem. I really hate that film.
I was just going by the.
Yeah. That's
the actual.
So for you, I think you're right. Yeah.
Requiem sits at the bottom. I'd probably put Alien vs Predator on the same level or above Predator 2. I'm not sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
I really like that film. So.
Yeah, Predator 2 is really good, solid. Okay, cool. Yeah, I really like this film. I think it's a very, very, very solid film in its own right, and an excellent addition to the Predator franchise. Great direction, acting, script, tense. There's a few weaknesses here and there, but otherwise it's very, very high quality. It's interesting there's a female lead in this, which isn't unusual in horror. There's quite a lot of
the last girl is a common trope, so.
Yeah, the final girl is, but also there's like Ripley and Sarah Connor and, Jamie Lee Laurie Strode is in the more recent Halloween films is quite a powerful figure, and so on, right? So, and it totally works. It totally works, for me. This is very solid. Big recommend. If you've got Disney Plus, there's absolutely no reason.
It's just on there. You should say.
The only shame is this didn't get to the cinemas, because it would have been good.
This would have been amazing in cinemas.
Yeah. Okay, so from this point on, we're probably talking spoilers. Okay, so directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who hadn't done much before this. But
no, I think his only film prior to this is 10 Cloverfield Lane.
This is interesting, because 10 Cloverfield Lane, 2/3 of it is tense drama, and the last third is like actiony. So it's kind of an interesting mix. I wouldn't have pegged him as the man to deliver this kind of film, but he's done it. He's definitely done it. It's kind of interesting. There's apparently, I watched the English version, but there is a Comanche version as well.
It's like the first, is so far the first and only film to have like a full Comanche dub.
Which is interesting.
No, sorry, it's not actually a dub. They just filmed 2 versions of it. So.
That, because I heard it was a dub, and but I was going to give it a try anyway. In fact, the next time I watch this film, I'm going to watch the Comanche version. Very dark film. It's best watched in the dark, pretty much.
Yeah.
To see exactly what's going on. There have been a few complaints of people about the CGI of animals. It didn't bother me. I saw the joints here and there, but mostly I thought it was solid, and I thought it was an exciting film. They certainly covered it up in many ways. Now, apparently this started development during the production of the 2018 The Predator, which is probably the weakest of the main Predator films, isn't it? It's a weird film, that, because when I watch it, I kind of enjoy it, but literally, like
it's a day the second you think about what happens in it, it's so stupid.
Yeah, well, there is that, but also I find it totally unmemorable.
Yeah.
So I kind of like it while I'm watching it, and then I cannot remember a single thing about it. I remember the others just fine. I remember Predators. I remember Predators 2, and obviously Predator. They excuse me. So yeah, there was various developments. It was kind of announced and so on, but it was announced. But it wasn't on my radar. Honestly, I only heard about this a few weeks ago for the first time.
I heard that there was a film called Prey coming out that had like a full Comanche dub, and I was like, oh yeah, that's neat. And then it was like, oh yeah, it's also a Predator film. So, oh, okay.
Yeah, interestingly, this film, some of the shots did remind me of certain video games, actually, like Monster Hunter. Interestingly. So there was that. Now, it kind of starts with a Comanche tribe, and we're focusing on Naru, this young woman in the tribe who is doing the standard things that women appear to be given to do, which is collecting roots and herbs and food.
Basically, like roaming gathering, really. So.
Yes, gathering. But she's also got a brother who's kind of a warrior called Tabe, and they kind of do stuff together. For example, he goes out with a bow and arrow, and he shoots a bird out of the sky
without looking at it.
Without looking, and he says to her, "You can't delay. You got to shoot when you can." And she's saying, "I was waiting for it to circle round. You have to go get, it's basically you have to go get it." She makes a joke about him having to wait for his bowstring to dry out. Now he's got to go through the water to get this bird, stuff like that. But while she's out, she goes out on her own and sort of practices skills, doesn't she? Like tomahawk skills. And she even figures out if she makes like a reed rope, she can tie the tomahawk to her wrist and then pull it back to get it. Which looks kind of lethal to me, frankly.
Yeah.
It does okay.
There's a lot of cool, like, tomahawk tricks in this film.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of, like, she throws it and then stomps on the handle while it's wedged in something, so it, like, spins up and she catches it.
There's stuff like that. Now, she sees this, like, really red, weird thing in the sky, which she takes as a something from Native American folklore, a thunderbird.
Thunderbird.
So she kind of sees it as a sign that she should be going out hunting and sort of. And meanwhile, there's like a mountain lion is spotted, a cougar, a mountain cougar, and they goes out to search. Now we do see a bit where this guy is like the war chief. He's got this elaborate headdress, and they're doing stuff. The young braves, but then Tabe then goes out to sort of hunt this lion, and Naru kind of suggests a plan, doesn't she?
Basically, there's one guy missing from the tribe, and they reckon the lion may have got him.
That's right.
They send out a hunting party, and Naru also comes along because she's very skilled at healing. So she they actually do a lot of setup for later in the film. In this,
there is. She's gathering. Well, first we see her. She wants this certain type of flower, and we also see that the flower, it's an orange flower. It's used to kind of slow down the metabolism. It cools the body, which is useful for people bleeding. By slowing the metabolism, you allow the bleeding to heal, and stuff like that. And at one point, they find this guy who has been attacked by the mountain lion, bleeding out. She gives him the herb, and
he starts complaining about being cold. And like they go the rest of the Braves go to cover him, and she's like, no, you need to let him be cold. It's better he's uncomfortable and survives than he's
he'll bleed out if we warm him up, sort of thing. But she also finds these weird tracks. Which people dismiss as bear tracks, I think. But she finds
except they're huge and
they're like Bigfoot, right? They're Bigfoot. And she also finds a skinned rattlesnake. Now we do see earlier that the predator, through predator vision, he's watching the animals, and he sees like a rabbit, and then a snake.
It's funny to see like him sort of slowly work his way up the food chain.
Now, that suggests he's never been to Earth, and possibly Predator's never been to Earth before. Yeah. And they're working out what the alpha predators are. Those are the ones they want to eat, to hunt, right? They don't want to hunt prey animals. They want to hunt predators because it takes more skill. Hunters hunting animals are usually much more intelligent and
Yeah, so we see like
and so on.
I think it's a bug get eaten by a rat, which then gets eaten by the snake, and then he grabs the snake.
Snake.
It's kind of able to see him. So.
Yeah, and also we see something similar with a wolf, don't we? Him the predator sort of taking out a wolf.
Yeah, the predator
later.
like squares up to a wolf, which he cuts in half and then takes the head off, and does the usual like waving it in the air and letting the spine sort of waft in the air while roaring.
They
Standard
do like,
predator stuff.
Yeah, they do like getting their skulls, don't they?
Yeah.
So anyway, Tarbay sort of trails along with the Braves to look for this lion, but she comes up with
most of the Braves actually take the injured guy
That's
back.
right. Her brother and her are left out, right?
Yeah.
So
her brother, it's her brother, her, and then there's another guy that's kind of just there to be a dick.
Yeah, he was the one who was like the war chief first. Was that him?
No, that was
yeah.
There wasn't like a first war chief. I think.
Oh, it was the guy with the elaborate headdress. I thought was, you see.
Yeah,
maybe not.
He shows up later, but it's a different guy at this point who I think gets got.
I got a little confused in places because they use quite a lot of body paint. The Braves use a lot of body paint, so at some points it's like, oh, is that a brother or is it not? But you kind of get it fairly quickly.
You just sort of kind of see eyes in the jawline in the dark.
And you kind of get it. Naru comes up with an idea to trap the lion, but it kills the other guy. And then she kind of is out on a tree limb with this cat, but then she falls and strikes her head. But she also sees some weird lights in the distance, doesn't she? And strange sounds, which we know are kind of predator sounds. And then when she wakes up, she's back at the camp, their camp.
Yeah.
Tarbay has carried her all the way back and gone back to hunt the lion, and he comes back.
He comes back holding the head of the lion and as well as the rest of it.
So he gets crowned war chief at that point.
Yeah.
But he does, actually a bit later in the film, he does say to her, yeah, your plan really helped.
It's like you actually speared the lion, so to catch it.
Yeah.
So Naru's kind of frustrated about all this because there's something weird going on.
And she wants to develop her skills. She feels it's time to prove herself. She's also got this awesome dog, hasn't she?
Yeah, I thought this dog was going to get got.
Yeah, but it was I was a bit. That was the bit that made me feel most tense. Was worrying about the dog because we've seen it before.
Whenever the dog went off screen, I was like, "Oh, she's going to find this thing like impaled on a tree." So
it's a Mad Max 2 kind of thing. But no, this dog does make it to the end.
Yeah.
And it's a great dog. Great dog, quiet, obedient, really brave. And it's kind of cool. So Naru's then goes out off on her own because she knows there's something weird going on and she wants to prove it. And then she comes across a whole herd of skinned bison.
So gives them like a sort of minor funeral rite almost.
Yeah, she puts a flower on one's head, doesn't she, and sort of says a prayer. And then we see the predator come across the same. Oh, also she picks up, I think it was a cigar.
Yeah. That's what I was wrong. It was either a cigar or a big bullet.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
That's the type of bullet.
Yeah, a bullet casing or a cigar. We couldn't quite tell. So we also then see the predator in her almost in her footsteps, a little time later, in the same thing, looking at the skinned bison, looking at the flower on one's head, and looking at this cigar stroke bullet casing.
Yeah. And then there's the fight with the bear.
The bear, the
bear is scary in this.
Yeah, the bear is scary. It's kind of done well. We see Naru approach the bear very carefully from a sort of place she can observe it without being seen. However, the wind changes, and the direction this makes it really clear what happens quite well. The wind changes direction, and we see the bear has picked up her head. Yeah, he immediately sniffs and starts to attack, and it chases her into like a beaver dam, right? She hides in a beaver dam, but the bear is kind of attacking it, and suddenly something happens, and we see it fighting the predator. Predator's quite invisible a lot in this film.
Yeah, there's a lot of invisible Predator. They actually do some work to make it a reveal when the Predator finally gets shown, both with and without the mask.
Yeah.
So.
But we kind of get a bit of a reveal in this fight because this is weird because the Predator uses all these tricks to take out other smaller predators, but when it comes to a grizzly bear, it does hand-to-hand combat with it.
Yeah.
Which is quite amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of when Dutch is fighting it in original Predator.
Yeah.
It like powers down the laser, it takes off the like wrist claws, and then just fights him like barehanded pretty much.
Yeah, it does.
So I think it's like, it's just a strong thing that can hit me. Let's do this properly.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So. Yeah, I mean, predators are a bit Klingon-y, aren't they?
They have their own
warriors
sense of honor.
Yes. So. And the reveal I talked about, the sort of semi-reveal, is he kills the bear and lifts it over his head, but the blood of the bear drips on him and reveals his outline, which reveals he's got a weird-shaped head, which is actually his headgear. But it's an unusual one. This predator's bigger, almost bigger than any other we've seen, I feel.
Yeah, I think this was huge predator. Like starting to develop different predator subspecies. Like if you remember Predators, there was like a trapper one, and they all had
a smaller
looks.
and a bigger.
Predators.
Yeah, and they look different. This one,
I think maybe the same subtype of predator. It had way bigger lower jaw mandible things and smaller upper ones.
And it was massive. It must. And have
also,
been...
it didn't use a full face covering. It was just its inner mouth.
Only the top half, the top half. Also, what was it, about 8 foot tall, maybe bigger? Yeah. It was really big.
But I also feel like they would have made the original Predator 8 foot tall if they could have. So.
Yeah. So Naru manages to get away.
Yeah, and I think the bit with the bear and the blood, I think it may be a reference to how they did the invisibility effect in the original Predator.
Really?
Because what they did with that is, okay, how do you think they did the invisibility effects? Just out of curiosity.
Some sort of suit.
Okay.
I don't know.
So they had a version of the original Predator design, because it wasn't they had a design and then they changed it, and that's the one that you see in the film.
Yeah, because Jean-Claude Van Damme
was what Jean-Claude Van Damme wore, and to get the invisibility effect, they had to chroma key, but they couldn't use green because it's the jungle, or blue because it didn't stand out enough.
It's red.
They had to use a bright red, insectoid outfit. And I think this might be a reference to that.
Oh, I see. That's kind of cool.
You can see, just Google, Red Predator, and it's you can find it. So.
Okay. It could be an Easter egg, right? So Naru, during this fight, she manages to actually get away. She legs it. But then she runs into this group that her brother sent to find her. She tries to sort of explain there's something going on out there, and she wants to leave, and she actually fist fights with them.
Oh yeah,
one of them.
Hard with these.
Yeah, but then while that's happening, the Predator appears and starts killing them all. Right. Now that's an interesting point here, because at one point she kind of runs, but she gets caught in not a bear trap, but something very similar, but not as destructive. Her clothes get caught in it, so she's a trapped thing. And the Predator just leaves her be, because it sees her as prey, not a predator, not a predatory creature, right? So it leaves her be. So that adds to her knowledge, right? Yeah. Because she's one of the things about this is her working out things and using her intelligence, not just her fighting skills, which is really cool, and it's written really well.
Yeah, and then some French. They're shown on the Wikipedia page. It says voyagers. They're like colonists.
Yeah, they're selling skins and they're trappers and that, right? And then they're not very pleasant characters, apart from possibly the translator. I quite like the translator. He seems like a decent person, and he sort of says, "I speak many languages." He can talk to her in Comanche, can't he? I can speak many languages. We need to know what's out there. What is out there? She's kind of asking her. because they kind of know something's out there, don't they? The Frenchies.
Yeah, they're hunting it.
Are they? I hadn't caught on to that. I thought they were more interested in bison, but they knew something weird was out there and wanted to catch it, before it caught them, maybe. But then they find that they revealed that they've got a brother as well, and they start kind of torturing him. Or slashing him really, because they want to use both of them as bait and they tie him to a tree. And it's at this point that Tarbay says, your trap for the lion was the thing that helped catch it and stuff like that.
And then she asks him, "Do you think we can kill it?" And he goes, "If it bleeds, we can kill it."
Kill it, yes, classic line.
That's like, it makes more sense here than it does in the original film. So.
Yes. But then, they get left alone pretty much while the Predator
and we get a brutal fight between the Predator and showing all his old-fashioned Predator tech.
Yeah, new and old tech. It's brutal.
So instead of a laser cannon, we get this weird crossbow thing almost.
Yeah,
it uses the 3-point laser as a marker for each of the arrows where they're going to go. So if he moves his head, the arrow turns in midair and goes to where the laser point is highlighting.
It's very cool. And also, he's got this weird shield thing, which is also razor edged, and he can use it to decapitate people as well as use it for a shield against them, their
a
muskets.
Spear. He's got this knife that he can throw. That if it hits you, it those bands that you can slap on your wrist and it wraps around it? Does that, except it's bladed on the inside and cuts your head off.
Cuts your head off, or whatever. So the Predator lays out these Frenchmen, but Tarbay and Naru
are able to get away.
So, Naru goes back for the dog, which is very horror.
She gets a pretty cool scrap with some of the trappers.
Yeah. But she comes across the translator Raphael, who is not in good shape. He's got a missing foot. He's missing a leg.
He's got a missing lower leg.
But he takes time because it helps him out. He takes time to show her how to use a musket, a flintlock, for her help. Now she uses some of her herbs, but nothing's going to grow back a foot. But she gives him the herbs that reduce his body heat.
Yeah. And the Predator is able to see him, and she tweets onto this.
Yeah.
Right up until the point the Predator stands on him, and he jumps up, gets screaming, and the Predator blows his head off.
Yeah. So. Unfortunately, the Predator steps on his stump.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen. While he's lying there. Then Tarbay arrives on horseback and. Oh, it's so badass, this
Predator.
Yeah, how this Predator carried on after this, I don't know, because he spears him through a lung, I guess. I guess Predators might be different, but
it's
through his
through his chest, and the Predator just kind of pulls it out and carries on.
Yeah. So. But then it manages to take him out. So Naru's there, and she finds a Frenchman, right?
She finds the leader of the Frenchmen, the guy that was torturing her brother.
Yeah, and then she doesn't she cut off one of his legs?
She's trying the weapons on him. She recovers some of the Predator's weapons and tries them on him.
Oh yeah, it's brutal. And she gives him an unloaded gun. Basically, she's using him as bait, and then she eats the orange flowers that reduce the body heat. Wait to see what happens with the Predator.
Predator shows up, sees the guy with the gun, kills the hell out of him, and then she starts her fight with him, now decked out with not only his mask that got knocked off earlier.
Yeah, she uses the flintlock to knock his mask off, didn't she?
I thought she was going to start wearing the mask, so now she had heat vision. She used it differently, so.
Yeah, we forgot one little thing that she encountered in the woods after she started using a rope tied to her tomahawk was she hits quicksand. And there's a really tense scene. She really looks like she's not going to get out of this quicksand, where she's trying to throw the tomahawk to a place she can secure it, so to pull herself out. And she's basically only got her face showing up right at the end. And you think, she's going to die, but she manages to pull herself. So we know there's a quicksand area that she can also use. And I thought there was going to be a point where she fell in it, but the mud hit her body.
Yeah, same as.
But they didn't do it that way.
Original Predator.
Yeah. So. But they didn't do it that way. She baits the Predator into the area with the quicksand.
Unfortunately, the Predator's a lot taller than her, so he only sinks to waist deep. So.
Yeah, but she basically uses the red lights on the mask against it, doesn't she? So she is positioned.
She tricks it into trying to shoot her. But he's got the laser pointed at him, so it loops around and goes straight through his head. So.
So that's how she takes it out, with his own weapons firing against itself. So then she takes its head back to the tribe and shows it to them. And she's also got the flintlock. Yeah. Now, I wondered if this was a reference to Predator 2, because there's definitely...
flintlock.
Yeah, okay, because there is a flintlock in the Predator ship at the end of Predator 2.
Yeah, and it's got the Raphael Adlini on it.
Has it? Yeah. Right, okay.
They literally hold it in the same way.
Which suggests at some point...
The Predators came back and got
it, right? And in fact, once she gets back, they also declare her war chief.
Yeah.
And I missed this, but apparently there's a cave or a painting at on the end credits which denotes 3 Predator spaceships arriving. So there is that too, which suggests they come back mob-handed. Somewhat. Or it could mean they're arriving on Earth and one has gone to this place. One's gone off to the South American jungle, which is... Because if you remember, in the original Predator film, they do talk about this this area always having some sort of demon in the trees for decades before.
Yeah.
Which kind of suggests...
if I remember correctly, you also see the Predator ship arriving at the start of the film.
So. Okay. It might be... A Predator always comes to hunt there, right?
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily the same one each time. Because you often feel the Predator thing is a rite of passage, but later ones kind of show they like doing that, right? That's what they do.
Yeah.
It's
kind of why Alien vs Predator, because it's these are the juvenile ones, and they're still beating the hell out of everyone.
Yeah. And also you specifically seeding the aliens to practice their hunting, right?
Yeah.
So there is that. Also, she paints her face with the green blood too. There's a bit of that too, which is kind of cool. So great film. Really tense, really exciting, really good action film. I will be watching it again.
Shitting on it for no reason online.
Oh, is it because a woman's in the lead? Is that it?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
A
lot of people are doing that. It's this whole team of special ops commandos had to beat one Predator, but a little girl is able to do it on the other side. If you remember correctly, the Spec Ops team got wiped out, and just Dutch was the one that killed the Predator.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And what about Ripley in Aliens? Is it?
Yeah.
That is anyway. I'm not even going to give that.
Unfortunately, sexism and racism because.
God. Unfortunately, this kind of trend is properly wrecking any reasonable scoring in any public voting system. Because what you'll see is a load of 1 out of 10s from divs who feel their politics are more important.
It's apparently sitting on a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. It seems okay for a very recent film that's good. I know 93 is a bit too high for it, a bit, but, it's a recent film.
4 on Roger Ebert's website.
Yeah, we all know. I mean, people... know a good film when they see one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised. This is possibly the best action film I've seen since maybe John Wick, right? It's really, really good. I have to say that I think the performances are really good, and I don't mean just Amber Midthunder as Naru, though she's very good. I think all of the actors are good in this. I don't think there was a weak performance in any of them. I thought that was very, very solid. Apparently the Raffaele Adolini, the Italian translator hired by the French, was in a comic book called Predator 1718.
Okay.
And that is the one that's kind of treated as canon when it comes to the flintlock in Predator 2.
Okay.
About.
Oh yeah, that's one of the old Dark Horse comics.
Yes. I think this was a very solid film. I really liked it, and I'll be happy to see more Predators. I actually like the idea of Predators just landing in different bits of history.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see, say, I don't know, Predator versus Samurais, or Predators versus Vikings. You know what I mean? Predator could be the source story for Grendel, say, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That would be a great one. Just have Beowulf, make a Beowulf film, but surprise, Predator. It's a Predator.
I did read online, and it was a great suggestion. Someone said someone should just make a film where it starts off one way, and halfway through a Predator is in it. A bit like From Dusk Till Dawn did with vampires, but do, any film you like, a gangster film, and suddenly Predators appear. Yeah. Which is what Predator 2 is, really.
Yeah.
In some respects.
Basically.
But so that would be kind of cool. But yeah, Predator versus pirates. There's also Predators versus Nazis. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That would be kind of cool. But yes, I very much enjoyed this. And I have to say, Amber Midthunder was a real standout for me. I thought she was very good. And I just like how her character was written. She was intelligent and she learned quick and how to use this new knowledge and skills as quickly as possible. And they fed into the story. It was a really well put together film.
Yeah.
So, any last thoughts on it?
No, I can really think of extra.
Okay, you kind of ranked this. You said this might be your favourite Predator film.
Yeah, I'm not sure because Predator is such like a cheese fest as well as being a good film. It like skyrockets it for me. This is just an amazing film.
This is one of those films that show, 80s is famous for its action films, but cheesy action films. And Predator's got some of that cheese, but it's also bloody. It's kind of one of those cheesy but ultra cool films, right? That's what Predator is. Though it's not as cheesy as some other 80s films, I have to say. But this just shows modern action films stand up as well as any. From any other era. There's some really great modern action films, and this is one of them. So for you, it's like Predator / Prey are at the top.
Yeah.
Then it's Predator 2, Predators, The Predator. That would be the order. Yeah, I would totally agree with that order when it comes to just Predator films. If you threw in the Alien versus Predator movies, I'll put probably Alien versus Predator just after Predator 2. I think I'd go... for me, it's Predator. Oh, I really like Predator 2, so I'm not quite sure. Prey and Predator 2 are about the same for me.
Yeah, I'm genuinely not sure what I put lowest out of Alien vs Predator, Requiem, and the Predator. The Predator. So.
Like I say, the Predator I kind of thought was okay when I was watching it, and I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
But I don't know, a couple of days after seeing it, it's like, what was in that film? I can't remember a single thing about it. Whereas I can actually remember what was in Requiem.
But it was just so dark, you couldn't see it.
It just wasn't well made. That was the problem. And it really got on my nerves trying to work out what was going on. And even the sound wasn't very good. Never mind about the picture. Whereas Alien vs Predator, I would put above Predators. I liked it. Pretty much. So for me, it's Predator, then Prey / Predator 2, then Alien vs Predator, then Predators, then The Predator, and then Requiem at the bottom. But like I say, I can't really remember The Predator. So okay.
All I remember is there's a weird subplot of like predators kidnapping autistic kids.
Yeah, there is some weird stuff.
Yeah.
That I can remember, but I can barely remember it. That's the one. Okay, so it's a fierce film, really good action.
This is a ferocious and bloody film.
Yeah. It's really good. They like I say, I wouldn't mind seeing this at the cinema, actually. And in fact, I think, if it was at the cinema, I might go and see it twice. It's one of those kind of films. It's probably the second favourite film I've seen so far this year of 2022 films. I really, really like Maverick. I still think I like that a bit more than this. But man, it's close. It's close. But I haven't seen that many films, so you've got to qualify it that way. What would you give this out on your score?
Ooh, I'd give this 8.5, 9 sort of area.
Okay, I'll give it a 9, straight 9. I really, really like this. And it's easy to qualify as a 9 because, I'm going to say 90% of films aren't as good as this. That's what it comes down to. That's how I think about it.
Yeah.
There is that. Terrific film. Really, really enjoyed it. I'm pleased that we've covered it, actually. I've really, really enjoyed this. Okay, let's wind it up there. So, bye from me.
Bye.